Then there's a section called conscious mind. And here's where the time period for this one is embedded in a paragraph on the next page. Another 3 to 4 months of regular meditative practice will allow you enough time to learn to deal with the conscious aspect of mind. So if you're looking this in a book, you might want to find that spot and come back here and write it in the column so you can add up the times. And this 3 to 4 months, when you add the whole thing up, carries us out to a total of 7 to 10 months. So you can see that what we're headed towards is at approximately 1 year. Approximately a 1-year program to progress in meditation. The conscious mind is that part of mind which functions during the waking state. It is merely a small fragment of the totality of mind. Our educational system, whether at home, in school, or in the colleges and universities, has no systematic program that teaches us how to really understand and become aware of the whole of the mind, especially the unconscious mind. The small part of mind that is cultivated by our educational system from our childhood onward is merely the conscious mind. The conscious mind employs and relies on 10 senses, called indriyas, to collect data for it from the external world of objects. These consist of 5 subtle cognitive senses: sight, hearing, taste, smell, and touch, and 5 gross active senses, indriyas, which are symbolically called the hands, the feet, the power of speech, and the organs of reproduction and elimination. The hands, it doesn't literally mean that the hands are an organ in the same way that a heart or a stomach is an organ. What it means is that the hand is used as a symbolic representation for holding or grasping in all of the ways we may hold on to anything. So it's an action of holding, and the hand is just a symbol. The feet are not an organ. The word feet is used as a symbol for the karmendriya of motion. I'm moving my hand right now. My lips are moving to speak. Those are the indriyas of motion. And each time the muscles of these lips contract to form words, that's the karmendriya of grasping, symbolized by the hand. The motion of the lips is the karmendriya of motion, symbolized by the feet. Why the feet? Because we use feet to walk. So they're very easy symbols to use to remember what we're talking about. But it's not literally that we're thinking about the hands and the feet. The power of speech, which is the expression, and the organs. This gets closer to organs, but still it doesn't really literally mean organs. It means the energetic impetus to move outward as reproduction and as elimination. Elimination here refers to what's going on in the first chakra, for the obvious forms of elimination, but hair, growing hair, is a form of elimination. We exhale, that's a form of elimination. So these are symbolic language. We commonly know only a little about how to educate the small conscious aspect of mind. The sages, however, with the assistance of deep meditation methods, learn to dive deeply into the inner recesses of the unconscious mind and then to make use of it and its capacities in an orderly way. We're still talking about the conscious mind, though. These sages and great ones are able to accomplish that with a simple, systematic method of meditation. Most human beings continue to operate on or function barely above the level of the brute because they do not know how to gain access into the deeper aspects of mind. That is why we do not become aware of our deeper personalities. There are many problems and obstacles to overcome in order to help the ordinary mind to understand itself. Remember that we're saying that we want our mind literally to understand itself. There, the word mind meaning totality of manas, chitta, ahankara, and buddhi, not just manas. But the mind usually remains clouded, confused and undisciplined in the external world, where everything seems to move and change. Because the mind itself is confused, even learning how to collect the data correctly or accurately perceive the external world is a serious problem for the ordinary mind. However, those who are meditators learn to purify the mind and to make it one-pointed. For them, it then becomes possible to collect the data and impressions exactly as they are, not being so distorted by our clouded mind with all of its habits. Such a person sees things clearly, while in contrast, the clouded mind remains distorted and dissipated. Now we come into a paragraph. This is sort of closing paragraph of the discussion of conscious mind. And saying anything here would not be complete without mentioning the fact that this book has been re-edited. This is an original version done by Swami Rama. It has been re-edited and republished with a new number, and if you buy it in the open market or the bookstores, you're probably going to buy the new version. And in the re-editing of the book, the meaning has been significantly changed in this paragraph and in the next one, next two in particular. And I don't remember, we're looking at the original as it stands, but for example, in here, in the third sentence is the words, then, comma, the next step. That was removed in the re-edited version. And the sentences were blended in such a way that you lose the meaning. So there's no longer the thing that says next, the next step is. So if you look at this, once you unpack this paragraph, it's tremendously useful. Here it is. With the help of meditation, the conscious mind can be trained to form a new habit. Period. The personality can be transformed when one learns to let go of the habitual thoughts arising in the conscious mind. Then the next step, blah, blah, blah. Let's not go there yet. Let's go back to everything before the phrase, then the next step, because obviously there's a new step coming. So in these two sentences is part of a step. With the help of meditation, the conscious mind can be trained to form a new habit. What might that be? The personality can be transformed. Oh, how? When one learns to let go of the habitual thoughts arising in the conscious mind. What usually happens with thoughts that arise from the unconscious into the conscious mind? Isn't it true that what usually happens is we grab onto it? Something that's going on in life, some worrisome thing, some problem, some person that I'm loving and missing, or some person that I don't like and I can't get rid of. This thought comes from the unconscious. It comes forward into the conscious mind, or a cookie, or your favorite snack, or a cup of chai comes into mind. What happens usually? We grab onto it. Isn't that true? We grab onto it and we're off and running. What if your mind had only one brand new habit? And that the new habit was that when a thought came forward from the back mind, it was automatically let go, instead of it being automatically grabbed onto. That's the new habit. One habit, one single habit. What if that one new habit was there? That when the thought came forward, it just automatically drifted away. And that would constitute transformation of personality. That single habit. With the help of meditation, the conscious mind can be trained to form a new habit. The personality can be transformed when one learns to let go of the habitual thoughts arising in the conscious mind. Habitual thoughts are those ones that keep coming and coming and coming. What if whenever one of those habitual thoughts came, it automatically just fell back into the lake of mind from which it came? That would constitute some form of transformation of personality. Nice thing. Now, where it goes on from there, if we've got that principle,